Bitch, just start recording. Y'all, I have a attitude. Anyway, today we will be talking about... I'm editing this and realized I didn't say the intro. Hi, welcome to You Don't Have to Listen to This, a podcast where I can talk about what I want, when I want. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to this. Bitch. Today we will be talking about me being on hormones. I have in my notes. So as you saw, I'm going to assume you watched, bitch. The car video I just posted talked about me being on hormones. And I talked about how in a podcast episode, I had talked about how I wanted to announce something in the next episode. And I wanted to talk about me being on hormones for a year and blah, 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 blah. Well, this was after a year because my year was April. But I wrote this on May 14th, 2024. That doesn't really matter. We're just going to be talking about my journey with this. So let me shut my eyes and think back. I made my decision to be on hormones. I just made my decision. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. So basically, I didn't know how to get started. I didn't know shit about that. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely had other friends that were on hormones as well. Here we have that Querisa. But she is someone I met through TikTok a really, really long time ago. And I messaged her on March 15th of 2023. I was like, I've given a lot of thoughts recently and I want to start hormones, blah, blah, blah. And she said that she goes to Planned Parenthood. So I was like, okay, I'll go to a Planned Parenthood. So I was able to call a fertility clinic birth control center. I remember being on hold with them for so long. But luckily with me, I have the patience of sitting, I can sit on the phone for a second. I can be on hold, I'm fine. But I remember I was on hold for 30 minutes to almost an hour. And they finally answer. And I was just like, hey, is this the place I can go to start hormones and blah, blah, blah? She goes, no, you've got the wrong number. And I was like, mind you, that was my first time trying. And I had waited so long on hold. And when she said, no, you've got the wrong number, this isn't who you call. I was like, but then she goes, but I can recommend you numbers to help you. And I was like, oh my God, please do. So she gave me phone numbers and sources that I need to start this. And my first option was a company or a place called QMed. And it was, I literally, it happened so smoothly. I thought it was going to be really hard, but it happened so smoothly. I Googled QMed. I signed up for their thing. I was able to pick a doctor through their site. And a couple weeks later, I was having my first meeting with the doctor. She was just talking to me, trying to get to know me. I think it was one of those situations where she was kind of like, do you really qualify for wanting to do hormones? Is this something you actually want to do? So she was just asking me things about myself, and I was telling her about me. And when I opened up, she was like, okay, you're approved. You can start hormones and blah, blah, blah. So it was really cool. I remember, during the call, she had asked me about myself and I told her that I was a TikToker and things like that. And this was not around the time of Dylan Mulvaney, but the bitch had just, if this was her peak, it was around this is the peak. It was around this time. She was kind of dying down, a little bit after the beer thing. And, with that being said, it was not huge, but it was a lot of eyes on trans experiences and trans processes. And my doctor asked me, because I told her I did social media, she asked me, oh, are you going to document this process? And I said, no, because this is my process. This is my journey. I don't feel the need to take people along the journey that's mine. What the fuck? And then I don't want to have to fucking worry about pulling out a camera every 3 seconds, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I do and don't regret that. I regret it in the sense of I wish I could have made more type of progress videos and see how I was going, but I never did. And I probably won't. I don't know. But I want to say something that might be a little controversial. Obviously, I am transgender. I have no problem with talking about that. I have no problem with saying that. But I didn't want to come out. Mind you, girl, there was no come out with me, honey. But I didn't want to do all that on the internet because I didn't want congratulations. I'm only speaking for myself here. To me, I'm not clapping for you for being yourself. To me, that is like clapping for a fish for swimming. You should be doing that anyway. So I didn't want people saying, I was so brave and this and that for being myself because I was going to do this regardless. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I didn't want the coddleness of it all. I didn't need that. Bitch, I know me. So after she asked me if I'm going to document my process, I tell her no. She's like, oh, that's whatever, you know. So I'm able to get directed to go get some blood work done. I get my blood work done, and then I get my medications. So I get my medications from a Publix, and tell me why. I remember one day I went out there to get to get my medicine. Sorry, someone coming in my video. To get my medicine, and tell me why. The fucking Publix itself opened at like what, 9 a.m.? I don't know. It opened early. But then I drive by and it says the pharmacy opens at 12. What the fuck? So why is the store open but the pharmacy's not? Why do these bitches get to sleep in? Long story short, I end up getting my fucking medicine and I start. So let's get into the effects. Like I told you how we got here. So let's get into the effects of the medicine itself. When I first started the medicine, we obviously have to talk about breast development. I remember very clearly like feeling like little tinglies when my chest was obviously completely flat. I remember I'd feel like little tingles from time to time, but I never felt like pain. But it would almost feel like phantom boobs. Like I could, it's like I could, I don't know. It's like almost like I felt something there, but obviously there wasn't anything there. Like the best way I can describe it is like it almost felt like if I coughed or sneezed hard enough, or if like it felt like if I burped hard enough, it almost felt like gas in my chest. It felt like if I would have burped hard enough, my boobs would have popped out. That's how it felt. It was really weird. So again, there was no pain. But I remember one day I was playing Red Dead Redemption and I was sitting up straight, but I was kind of leaning forward. And then all of a sudden I felt the sharpest pains in my nipples. I don't know if it was the way I was sitting. I don't know if I don't know what the fuck it was. It hurt so bad. It felt like someone was taking my nipples, pinching them, and then sticking needles in my areolas. That's how that felt. So that was the boobs. I noticed my skin, I had back knee really bad, specifically like shoulder knee. A couple months in after the fucking medicine, gone. Back knee's gone. My shoulders, tattoo in the way, pillow. My shoulders are like completely blank now. Like smooth as a baby's bottom. My body hair got thinner. I noticed when I started shaving more often, my hair would literally, when it would grow back, it's like I couldn't see it. Like I could feel it, but I couldn't see it. So it's definitely growing back thinner, which is fun, cool. Now this part of my notes I want to read very specifically. I want to talk about my mood shifts, attitudes, being in a low place, having no trans girlfriends, feeling alone and no one to talk to about these kind of things in real life, struggling with addiction, a lot of new emotion, feeling a little alone, also feeling way more empathetic. I feel more mature, and I feel like I started this medicine at a perfect age. So I started at 25. Yeah, I started at 25. And I feel like in terms of me maturing, it was a really good timing for me to start this because I feel so much more as a person. Like I feel more, empathetic of people. Like it helps me listen more, take into the account that an individual is their own individual. When it comes to my mood though, I notice it's not necessarily sadness. Like I'm not like, oh, like, but I notice I don't have the drive like I used to. I think, and I said in the car vlog, I don't want to use the word depression, but I think, I was really looking into it and it's being like, oh, I'm not depressed, I'm not sad. But in reality, I hadn't cleaned my room. I hadn't filmed a video. I hadn't even touched my camera. I was just always angry. I just only worked. I felt like I wasn't in my body. That was me going through the D word, I think. Not even I think, I know it was because I've never felt like that before. And I thought, based on like, TV shows, movies, blah, 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 I thought depression was just being like, oh, what was me? But like, no, in reality, like I could barely get up. I would just sit and just sit and just sit. And like, honestly, no, there's some days I would just rot in bed and like I couldn't move, but it is what it is. It happens. I'm a human. Now, when I say I don't have any trans girlfriends and nobody talked to about this, I have plenty of fucking friends on the internet. I have plenty of friends in person too, but I don't have any, I don't think I have any trans girlfriends in person. Look, I'm gonna be so fucking real. No, I don't want to fucking type how I'm feeling all the fucking time. I want a real fucking friend to hang out with. Friends to hang out with, to talk about how I'm feeling. Specifically, another trans girl to be able to relate to me. I would love to go out to eat or out to drinks with another trans girl and be like, girl, I'm feeling this. That would be so nice. All my friends have kids and are married. I feel like I don't really have any friends that like relate to me that much. I don't know whose fault that is, but it is what it is. So it's been a struggle for me feeling so alone. But then again, I'm kind of used to that because I am an only child. So like it's not that big of a bother, but it does sometimes feel like, damn, like I just want to get off some steam. I should have been reading this from this the whole time. If it looks like I'm crying, it's because I keep fucking yawning and it's pissing me off. So let's talk about me being angry all the time. Oh my fucking god. Yes, there would be times where I would be pissed off at work or something. But now, like, once I get. Before, I really feel like. Yes, I would get frustrated, but it wasn't anything major. Now, though, if I get mad, if I have to be at work from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., I just so happen to get pissed off at 12:23 p.m. I am pissed off for the rest of the fucking day. It is so bad. It is so like once I'm set off, I'm set off. I was never like that before. Like I was like that, but it was never this hard. Once I'm off, I'm off. It's bad. Hi, editing this. I said that I was going to talk about my struggle with addiction. I got to yap and forgot to bring that up. Long story short, I was just gonna say that because I'm feeling so many things, so many new things, I definitely will turn to either smoking or drinking to like not feel those things. So, yeah. But I'm doing way better with that now, by the way. So after the mood, next section says gender euphoria plus expression. Now I can understand how maybe someone looking from the outside in at me, from the hair, the clothes, the makeup, the this, the that, I could seem like and just my confidence in general, I can seem like I don't have many insecurities, but I do. I definitely struggle with gender dysphoria, which is something I never struggled with before, but it is something I do struggle with now. But I think something that helps me is just knowing me and having confidence in my womanhood. Like, nobody can tell me I'm less, more, equal to, like, I know who the fuck I am. Even, and mind you, I get misgendered a lot. Quite frankly, not like a lot, but it happens. I get stares, I get little comments from time to time when I go out in public, but don't ever let that discourage you because, bitch, like I said, I know me. I'm confident in my womanhood. I'm confident in who the fuck I am. So if somebody's like, oh, you're still a man at the end of the day. Okay. You got me. I don't know what to say. Like, okay. I think a lot of dysphoria can come from other people's opinions. But if you don't give a fuck about other people's opinions and just yours, things will be very easy for you to. I think it's really just about owning your gender, whether you're a transgender woman, transgender man, non-binary, whatever the fuck, whoever the fuck you are. As long as you're confident and you know who you are and you know who you are, nobody else can tell you different, period. Even if they sat in front of your face and told you different, bitch, you know who you are. Like, okay. You can tell me I'm a man till you're blue in the face. Oh. Yeah, you got me. OMG. That's it on my notes. What else do I want to talk about when it comes to it? I don't really have much else to say. I just wanted to talk. I talked about what? My moods, the bod. My hair grew really fast. My head hair grows really fast now. Don't know what that's about. The 3 medications that I take are, one is called Bical. It's a long name. It's a bicalitamin. I don't know. But that's like a testosterone lower. And then I take estradiol, which obviously is estrogen. And then I take progesterone. Now, for the first year, I was only taking the Bical and the estradiol. But recently, about 3 months ago, I started the progesterone. And what that does is, obviously, like, I have my breast development, but what the progesterone does is it rounds out. So I'm getting a lot more here on the side rather than just like here up front. So we've really got something going on, girl. But yeah, that's been that. And honestly, doctors, people, everybody always says that it takes about a year for things to kick in. So true. It takes about a year for things to kick in. So if you're going into this expecting shit to come up within a day, you're stupid as fuck. You're gonna have to just be patient, baby. This whole process is technically 3 to 5 years. Yeah, go ahead and knock that down. You're gonna be doing this for the rest of your life, sweetie. So you might as well get some patience. But then again, bitch, a year, another year, another year. It is so fast. If you don't think about it every single day, trust me, things are gonna happen for you. I think that also helped me. I think not documenting like every fucking step of this process helped me as well with feeling like impatient about it. If you go into this with no patience, with no ease of yourself, it's gonna be hard. I think it's gonna be hard for you. I think luckily for me, I already had a lot of confidence in my womanhood and who I was before I started this, so I didn't feel the need to rush. Patience is key, loving yourself is key, and yeah. So that was really brief. I just want to talk about that. If you are trans in the comments, bitch, no, I'm not here to give you advice. I was just here to talk about my story. I'm not a beacon of hope. I am not a hero. I'm just some random bitch on the internet. That's another thing. I am so weird about the fact that like I'm inspiring people. It's yes, let me inspire you if you are trans and you want to begin your journey. Yes, let me inspire you. But I'm not a fucking hero. I don't have the answers for you. You have the answers for yourself. I can't help you, sweetie. I just told you what I did, how I did it, and what I'm going through. So let's not even go there. Don't ask me no questions, bitch. Don't do shit. I'm just here to talk. Okay. Okay. So as I was saying, thank you so much for listening. I love you. Thank you for the support. If you're shocked, bitch, let's hear it. If you're not shocked, I mean, who is? Anyway. And also, this is probably isn't going to be something I talk about like every single day. So yeah. Love you.